Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today I'm opening Quarter Century Stampede. We are opening 3 boxes today. I'm pretty sure I did the same thing with Quarter Century Bonanza where I wasn't entirely sure how much I wanted to go into this set. So I just ordered the 3 boxes for the time being. With Bonanza, I actually really enjoyed opening it. And I was going to get some more about a month or so ago, but they were sold out on my wholesaler. So I ended up just leaving it. And I imagine there is a very real chance this will be the same thing. I feel like with these sorts of sets, we kind of see all these previews with them very, very cringeworthy promo lines that Konami like to give us, and you think, it doesn't look that great. But then when the set actually comes out, you know, you might realize that it's a little bit better than you were expecting. I haven't been paying all that much attention to it. Like, off the top of my head, I couldn't remember a whole bunch of stuff that is in this set. But I know there is some cool stuff. We've got that weird plastic sticking off again. We had that on Quarter Century Bonanza as well, but I've never seen it on a booster box before. So one thing we definitely want is QCR Skull Servant, and as many of those as we can physically get. We're just getting the Konami foil off there, and you can see the Quarter Century Stampede box much clearer. You can see it is embossed just like the Quarter Century Bonanza box. But I'm not going to lie, I like the Bonanza box more than this. But I also like the name of the Bonanza set a lot more than Quarter Century Stampede. And that's saying something, because I didn't really think that Bonanza was that great of a name either. Especially considering it wasn't that much of a Bonanza, or at least not a Quarter Century Bonanza. A Rarity Collection Bonanza maybe, but you know, you didn't get that many QCRs out of it. And then we've got the pack foil there. I actually think it looks nicer on the pack than on the box, but I digress. So we're going to crack into this and see what we get. And I have got a whole pack of the Dark Magician Girl sleeves. Ordered a load of those a few weeks ago for our pack openings, and we can just let loose and chuck as many of those in as we need to. So, first of all, we have Evil Hero Dusted Gold. A friend of mine who waited years for this to get reprinted, etc., has just lost a little part of himself when he saw this in Super Rare as the very first card in the pack opening. Clear off all this cardboard from the filler in the box they were in. I'll do the pack and then I'll clean it, right? So we got a Dusted Gold. We got Gozen Match as one of our Platinum Secret Rares, which I think I was saying the wrong name of during the Quarter Century Bonanza box, but I digress. That's still pretty nice, actually, a Gozen Match. We've got Vanquished Soul Pantera. Not bad. Nice secret. And we've got Chamber Dragon Maid. And Crystal Clearwing Synchro Dragon. So nothing particularly fancy there. So let's carry on with pack number 2. Let's see, we got Drytron Nova. Was that a QCR poking out there? It was Vanquished Soul Dr. Madlove. I have absolutely no idea if that'll be an expensive QCR or not. But 2 packs in, we got a QCR. Oh, we got a Collector's Rare Live Twin Leela as well. Not Collector's Rare, Ultimate Rare, I mean. That's really nice in the way that she is like so glossy. And then the rest of the card is like the ultimate graininess. And we also got the Platinum Secret Azurize Silver Dragon and an Abysslind, who has always been a nice looking card. Really cool. Oh, so apparently after the Crossover Breakers pack opening that I did earlier, we had 1 sleeve left in that pack. And then the new pack we will open for Dr. Madlove. Beautiful start there. Lovely second pack. Much more powerful than the first one. Okay. Pack number 3 has got Erebus, Underworld Monarch. Very well timed, because I'm kind of tempted by the new Monarchs, but I wasn't interested in his era of Monarchs. Double or Nothing as a Platinum Secret. I said this a lot in Quarter Century Bonanza, but who asked? And I noticed the printing lines all across here that we saw a lot in Maze as well, or at least I saw a lot in Maze. Shien's Dojo is a secret. Vanquished Soul, Caesar Valius. and a terraforming in Ultra. That's quite nice, actually. Kind of feels weird if terraforming wasn't in any of the Rarity Collection sets already. Like, seems like a glaring choice for one. We've got Shien's Dojo in Super, Diamond Dire Wolf in Platinum Secret, Esper Girl as a secret rare. Again, I know we're getting the new Psychic stuff, but who asked? Like, I guess maybe she'd be playable in it. We got Ether the Heavenly Monarch. We got Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. She's getting a lot more play recently. Probably a decent time for her to get a reprint. We've got a Meteonis Drytron. We've got Orbital 7 as a Platinum Secret. You know, my initial knee-jerk reaction there was that this was nicer in Secret Rare, and then I realised I'm thinking of Photon Orbital, and I'm wondering why this has got reprinted at all. We got Zodiac Barrage as a secret, Cross Crusaders in Ultra, that's quite nice, and Erebus the Underworld Monarch as a Ultra as well. We have got... Not blown away by the set so far, not going to lie. We've got Big Welcome Labyrinth as a super. Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, Platinum Secret Rare. Okay, that's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. Wow. And we've got a Collector's Rare just behind her as well. So that is Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. Wow, the hand traps. The hand trap pack. The girls are coming thick and fast. And we got on the end, oh, we got a Supreme King Zax, Quarter Century Secret Rare, wow. Okay, anything else? Fiendsmith's Desiree on the end there. Sorry, Desiree, you just got like hugely overshadowed. I don't know, I feel like putting stuff like Fiendsmith in this set already when, you know, the set it's in... yeah, I guess actually Infinite Forbidden probably is sold out, but, you know, it's not exactly old. Like, I don't know, it just feels too soon. It feels too soon. But then I guess Fiendsmith players also felt like it was too soon for them to get hit by the last ban list, but I digress. We got a super rare Cross Crusader. We got a Dark Magician in the Platinum Secret Rare. I think I might have a home for you. A Metal Tronus Secret Rare. Guiding Quem the Virtuous. We got Astral Karibo. Nice. We'll put Dark Magician in a sleeve as well. Put the decent platinums together. I'm going to assume he's going to be worth a few pounds anyway. Probably not loads, but probably a bit. We got Esper Girl in Super. Abyss Pike is an ultimate rare. Nice. Really cool. And we got Masterpiece, the True Draco Slaying King in the Platinum Secret. I like Draco Slayers, but I can't say I was particularly moved whether this came off the list or not. And we got Alistair the Invoker on the end as a secret. That's really nice. Oh no, we got one more. Onomatopoeia. Apparently, I keep misjudging how many cards are left in the packs here. Yeah, I feel like Rarity Collection 1 was the best. Rarity Collection 2 was like good for the reprints, but not necessarily good for the for like values. Mementotland Born Party, great timing. Good to finally get the Mementos reprinted. Why weren't they in the Megatins if everything else was? And, you know, make that archetype accessible. It's doing well. Gagaga Magician, Black Rose Dragon. I feel like Rarity Collection 2, it didn't have the value in the set, partly because the Konami tried to get greedy and put the price up and made an inferior set. Lullaby of Obedience. Okay, Sinister Shadow Games. I mean, I guess that's one for my Kaiba character deck without bothering to buy one. Sinister Shadow Games, Dragon Maid Tidying, Drytron Nova, Alistair the Invoker. And then I feel like Quarter Century Bonanza was like almost like an apology. Like, we've made a better set and we're charging less money for it, although still slightly more than Rarity Collection 1. And now I feel like this is a step off again. Like, I feel like this is definitely not as good of a set as Bonanza. Like, just so far opening it. We got Amblo Whale. We got Zodiac Barrage as a QCR. We got something else. We got an ultimate rare Metal Tronus. That's interesting. We got a secret Abyss Megalo and an Jimp Chain. I personally would score it so far. I mean, I think it's too early to really judge Stampede, but I personally would say it goes Rarity Collection 1, Bonanza Rarity Collection 2. I don't know, maybe Stampede's at the bottom of that. Maybe it's above. Maybe it's above Rarity Collection 2, but I doubt it. Maybe not. Lunalight Perfume. Ooh, Mulchami Fuwalos. That's not bad. I mean, for stuff like that, this is a good set. For stuff like Lunalight Perfume, not so much. Like, who... Again, just... I like Lunalight. I really rate Lunalight. Lunalight is fun. Lunalight is cool. But, like, did Lunalight Perfume need reprinting in a Rarity Collection set? No. Does this set kind of feel like they were just jamming stuff in and had ran out of stuff that was worth reprinting from the other sets? Kind of, yeah. Lunalight Perfume, Lena the Light Charmer in Ultimate Rare. We got a Fogblade, we got a Immovable, and we got a Gaga Cowboy. Yes. So we've seen like 4 Ultimate Rares already. That's pretty cool. And 3 QCRs. We got Utopic Onomatopoeia. Oh, there it is. Yep, the QCR token Stampede. The absolute epitome of who asked. Like, I can't criticize the other sets. One thing the other sets will always have over this set is they didn't have token Stampede in it. And there it is, taking up one of my QCR slots. Unbelievable. What were they thinking? The namesake of their set, so the cringy promo phrase said. But why? Why was it the namesake of the set? Who wanted it? No one. We got Angwitch. We got Heavy Infantry. That was probably a decent reprint. Eccentric? Maybe not so much. A lot of these cards just aren't expensive. You know, it might be... You might have to go and look online for singles or get them off someone. But, you know, a lot of these things aren't expensive. Assembled Nightingale. Guiding Quem the Virtuous. Ultimate Rare. Really standing out in the glossiness there. We've got Needleworm. I have a soft spot for Needleworm. I think this is a terrible reprint, don't get me wrong, but I do have a soft spot for him, so it's better than some. A secret rare Cross Crusader, that's very nice. And an ultra rare Metaltronus. Let's get that Guiding Quem sleeved up. Let's get these Dark Magician Girls sleeves turned over so that the adhesive isn't picking up an empty packet every time I touch them. I think by this point in the video with Bonanza, I was quite impressed, and with this point into Stampede, I'm quite disappointed. I'm quite unimpressed. We've got Crimson Dragon, we've got Artifact Sanctum, we've got Elshadol Winder, Miscellaneosaurus, and Kissikil and Lila. It feels like a lot of the stuff is just reprinting cards from archetypes that didn't really need reprinting, is what I've been trying to say. We got Mulchami Fuwalos as a super rare. Again, it kind of feels too early for them to be reprinting the good Mulchamis, but I don't know. What do I know? It doesn't affect me. I'm just the guy selling them. We got Dark Magician Girl, really nice. We got Onomatopoeia, we got Trap Trick Sarah, and we got Apprentice Illusion Magician. We have got Gustav Max. We got Lovely Labyrinth. We got Mystic Piper. Where did he come from? We got Lunalight Tiger. Transaction Rollback. Are the nostalgia cards in the main card pool as well this time? Or like what? Because Mystic Piper, that definitely didn't need a main set reprint. The nostalgia pool reprint maybe, but like, dearie me. We got Liner, the Light Charmer, Lustrous, and Super Acid Golem. Don't think anybody's used this card in like 15 years. We got Lunalight Leo Dancer. That's actually really nice. Elshadol Winder and Zodiac Barrage. Man, it's like, I don't know, I'm just destroying this set. I don't mean to complain, but it just feels weak. I don't know. I thought it was better than it is. My expectations were higher. Zealantis, Heavy Metal Falls Electromite. Yep, Left Arm Offering as a secret. Kiss a Kill and Cyber Dragon Core. It's like some of the archetypal reprints are maybe fair enough, and some of them are just like, who asked for Lunalight Perfume, you know? But Token Stampede is one of the most glaringly painful and poor reprints I've ever seen in my life. Heavy Infantry, High Priestess of Prophecy, Black Rose Dragon, Giant Hand, and Lunalight Leo Dancer. We've got 3 packs left. Can we see a 5th QCR and a 4th proper one? That is the question. Big Eye. Meteornus Drytron is the answer to that question. We got Vanquished Soul Pantera as an ultimate rare, and Infernoid Deviati as a platinum secret, and an ultra rare Bone Party. I've not really thought about whether I actually plan to play Memento now that the expensive cards have been reprinted. It's kind of like, yeah, maybe, but like, I feel like I have so much stuff to get through now. Like a few weeks ago, I had no decks I wanted to play, and now I have loads, and I feel like it's just a bad time for the Memento stuff to come out. Maybe I'll try it at some point. We've got Bone Party. We've got Halfway to Forever as another QCR. We've got Different Dimension Ground. Fiendsmith Engraver, that's not bad. And Danger Tsuchinoko. Perfectly timed, little snack. Perfectly timed. We'll put him with the Mulcharmies. Halfway to Forever. Yeah, they must be happy to stop like reprinting like Infinite Forbidden to have tanked the value by putting so many of the good hits from it in this set. We have got Abyss Lind as a super, Gagaga Cowboy, Crimson Dragon, Ultimate Rare, and Evil Swarm Ophion as a QCR. Wow, okay, that was unexpected. I wasn't expecting another QCR. I wasn't expecting Ophion, but very, very cool. Very nice. How many Ultimate Rares did we get in that box? Like, that was insane. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 7 Ultimate Rares in that box. Absolutely crazy. So, let's get into box number 2. See if we can find our QCR Skull Servant in there. I mean, Platinum Secret Skull Servant's pretty cool anyway. We'd definitely take 3 of those. But obviously a QCR is what we want the most. I mean, that Token Stampede has just taken the place of a QCR Skull Servant. Like, how rude is that? There is no forgiving that. We got Traptrix Serra, Dragon Maid Tidying, Terraforming Ultimate Rare, Crimson Blader, and Edge Imp Chain. I'm probably doing what I did with the last video where I put the Nostalgia Pool Platinum Secrets in with the actual set Platinum Secrets, but, you know, who cares? Next up, we have Left Arm Offering, Raid Raptor Force Strix. That's probably not a bad reprint. Apprentice Illusion Magician, Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, Crystron Phoenix, also probably not a bad reprint. And we can put it in the Crystron bundle from my leftover bits from Supreme Darkness that I didn't sell. E-Pearly Noir, Phoenixian Cluster Amaryllis. It's decent timing because I was planning on making an Akiza character deck, and that is an expensive card because of Edison. We got a Secret Rare Terraforming, a Cyber Dragon Core, and another Ultra Rare for Wallos. So we've got matching ones, so that's cool. One of the downsides of these sets is getting, you know, cards you need in different, in mismatched rarities. So nice to have 2 matching ones. We got a Super Rare Abyss Pike, a Tsuchinoko in Collector's Rare. That's really nice, the way the foil goes all around the snake. Like, you're really alarmed by the snake. Silent Honor Arc, a Secret Rare Abyss Lind. That's nice. And also the Earth Charm Removable. And who knows, maybe this reprint is when I finally make Mermail. They deserve the reprints. Like, a lot of the Mermail cards, like Abyss Pike was, like, ridiculous. I remember, like, they're good reprints. They're not as pointless as Token Stampede. But definitely a lot of dross in this set. Meteornus Drytron, Atlantean Marksman, Chamber Dragon Maid as an ultimate, Kuraz the Light Monarch, and Fiendsmith's Desiree. Man, I might run out of this, might fill this entire pack of sleeves with just ultimate rares at this range, at this state. At this rate. Range, state, rate. I don't think I have this many Ultimate Rares from Rarity collections beforehand. Ooh, a QCR Galaxy Soldier. Okay. As unexpected. Zodiac Barrage is a secret. Black Rose Dragon. Big Welcome Labyrinth. And another thing that can be a problem with these, ooh, secret password, especially with this and Bonanza, with the nostalgia pool and stuff, is things that are unexpectedly expensive. So if I've missed the value of anything, please do let me know. Gagaga Magician, Eccentric, Gagaga Magician. Because I probably will have been an innocent mistake, just not realizing a card was worth money before I uploaded the video. And we got Onomatopoeia, Dark Magician, Quarter Century Secret Rare. Now that is probably worth a few pennies. We got Drytron Nova, Secret, Abyss-Gaios, and here was me thinking there was something on the end from that sparkle, but it was actually just the chipping on the Abyss-Gaios' foil. That's what we love to see. Thankfully, it doesn't seem to have affected the Dark Magician. Okay. We got Aether, the Heavenly Monarch. We have got a Collector's Rare Transaction Rollback. A Platinum Secret Tour Guide from the Underworld in the alternate artwork. Meteorus, Drytron, and Miscellaneousaurus. Transaction Rollback Collector's Rare. Nice. Right, I'm going to start piling these up because this is just going to get ridiculous. So we have a pile for collectors. We have a pile for ultimates, collectors, platinum secrets that are actually good, QCRs, and generally good reprints on the end there. And we have Big Welcome Labyrinth, huge bend on the top. Lyrilusk, Assembled Nightingale, because all the kids wanted this in Ultimate Rare. That's what the whole set was for. We got Gear Guy Armor, that's probably not bad for a nostalgia card. Secret Password is a secret. And Gustav Max in Ultra. He looks weird in something that's not super weird to see him in Ultra. Right. Zealantis, Ash Blossom, Ultimate Rare. Can't argue with that. Can't argue with that. We got Wind Witch Ice Bell as a secret there. Leela and the Dark Magicians. Where did my sleeves keep disappearing off to? I keep losing them in this pile of empty packs, even though it's seems like I need one every other pack here. We've got Mystic Piper, Leviair the Sea Dragon, Amphibious Swarmship and Blowhole, Pantera, and Meteorus Drytron. I knew there would be nothing in that pack after I just said I keep needing to pull a sleeve out every pack. We have got in this one, Giant Hand, we got Hootcake, we got Marksman, Dharma Cannon, and Aether the Heavenly Monarch. Well, I think if we could get the Monarchs in Ultra, I'll be happy with that, because that's 2 Aether and 1 Erebus, right? So that would be cool. Are the Squires in this as well? Because they should be. Domain as well. Transaction Rollback, Paladynamo, Lunalight Perfume, and Fiendsmith Engraver. And a Typhon on the end. Wow, okay. That was unexpected. 2 good Ultras there. 2 Ultra Engravers and a nice Ultra Sky Crisis Typhon as well. I'll take that. I'll take that any day of the week. Move these up a bit so you guys can, they're a bit more centralized in the frame. We've got Black Metal Dragon. I think that's the first time we've seen that in 2 boxes. We've got an Ultimate Rare Aether the Heavenly Monarch. We've got No Punk Z Amin, number 11 Big Eye, and a regular Ultra Ash Blossom. Honestly, I don't think they can reprint this card enough. Like, I still don't have enough copies of it, and yeah, maybe this'll finally do it. If you know the rarities, you know, if they're not worth a few pounds, and I'm tempted to just sell them off and think, I do have ashes though, then maybe this is how I finally get enough of them. We got Breakthrough Skill, Crystal Clear Wing, a Dusted Golden Ultra, and a Mystic Piper. Goatee of the Deep Beyond. I need this card, and I'm still asking why. Why is it in the set? Another! Oh no, a collector's rare ether. Nice. Okay, Steel Swarm Roach, Heat of the Fire Charmer, and a Hero Lives. Nope. Wrong pile. Putting on the pile where ether is instead of the pile where the collector's rares go. We've got Ossa, the Earth Charm Removable, Halfway to Forever, Miscellaneosaurus, Mementotlan Anwich, and Crystron Quan. Ah. I guess he can go in the Crystron bundle of the stuff that I have from Supreme Darkness left over. We've only seen 2 QCRs out of this box so far. We saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We saw 7 in the last box. We've seen 2 in this one. I must have scared them away by saying there wasn't very many in Bonanza or something. Like, I don't know. I mean, the Dark Magician one I've got to assume is good. We got a Super Rare Engraver. We got a Garunix. We got a Ether in Secret, which is also nice. A Cyber Dragon Infinity, which I don't have. That's also cool. And a regular Dr. Madlove in Ultra. I will sleeve up the Super Rare Engraver. Why not? We are definitely just not getting anywhere near as many QCRs in this box, which is another hit to the set. You know, also makes the box look weak if you get way fewer packs, way fewer big hits in one than the other. We got a Collector's Rare Gustav Max. That's really nice, actually. We got a Supreme King Zark on the end and a Danger Tsuchinoko. I mean, 7 down to 2 QCRs is a big drop-off. Maybe we just had a really lucky box the first time. But, yeah, I don't know. Doesn't make this one any more interesting than it already was. Tidying Terminal World. Okay. Cross Crusader, Ablaze, Esper Girl again. It's funny how my criticism for cards in this set, like a lot of cards in this set that I'm criticizing, I like. I like Esper Girl. At one time, I probably liked Token Stampede. I like Lunalight, but I just don't see it. Link Karibo, of course. Giant Hand. Utopic Onomatopoeia? Poia? You don't spell onomatopoeia with an O, right? Well, with a 4th O after the P. Shien's Dojo on the end there. 2 more packs in this box. We got Crystal Clearwing, Magical Meltdown, QCR, that's quite nice. We got Transaction Rollback Secret, Atlantean Marksman, Black Metal Dragon. Can we at least see another QCR in this last pack? Can we at least get 4 after getting 7? I don't know, maybe I'm just being greedy. We got Super Rare Terraforming, Black Metal Dragon, Meteorus Drytron, Ultimate Rare, Winged Dragon of Ra, QCR. I can live with that. Okay. Did not know it was in the set. E-Pearly Noir on the end. Wow, Winged Dragon of Ra, QCR. The regular version, not the yellow version, the actual, like, playable version. That's really cool. That's really, really cool. So now we come to box number 3. Not going to lie, probably not going to buy any more of this unless I'm desperate to get stock in at some point. But I don't know, maybe it wouldn't be the first time I've been pleasantly surprised once I got a list of stuff. But it just feels like even the nostalgia pool is significantly weaker than it was last time. That's where all the fun was last time, was like realising your BLS and stuff like that was actually worth quite a bit. But yeah, doesn't feel like that's going to happen this time. I don't feel like people are going to be going crazy for a Platinum Secret of Terminal World. But I digress. We're gonna crack into this last box and see what we get. You never know, we could end up buying some more if we're desperate for stock at some point. Mementotlan Witch and Crystron Quan. Any kind of Skull Servant. Is he really in this set? Have they lied to us? Is it a chase card? Hibiscaios, a QCR, Red Eyes, Darkness, Metal Dragon, alternate artwork. That's really quite nice. A Transaction Rollback, ultimate rare. An Evolsar Dolka, QCR, beautiful. I love Evil. I love Evil so much. I didn't know you could get 2 QCRs in one pack. That's crazy. That's so good. I mean, I guess if it's the Nostalgia Pool card, maybe. And we got another ultra rare Cyber Dragon Infinity, which is also not bad. Yeah, we are definitely going to run out of this pack of sleeves here. Dolka, man, that was a great pack. That was an excellent pack. 2 QCRs, 1 pack, and an ultimate rare as well. But I'm going to have to go and get another pack of sleeves. Okay, can we top that pack? Wow. We've got Amblo Whale, El Shadol Construct, Meteorus Drytron, Dr. Madlove, and Tsuchinoko. Well, we can't top that last pack with that pack, I can tell you that much. We got Tsuchinoko, Gagaga Magician. Ooh, a Collector's Rare Erebus to go with a Collector's Rare Ether. Nice. We got Hyunlei and Heater, the Fire Charmer Ablaze. Oh, I feel like the Charmer links have been printed in Ultra like 50 times now. They were definitely in Rarity Collection 1, right? Like, that was probably enough. Or was it the Familiar Possessed that were in that? 7th Ascension, Galaxy Soldier, Crystron Phoenix, Esper Girl, Onomatopoeia. Pua. Yeah, Pua, as in reprint. We got Zodiac Barrage. Ooh, a Collector's Rare Fuwalos. Lovely, look at that. I mean, we haven't seen as many Mulchamis as we did SP Little Knights in the 3 boxes of Bonanza, but I digress. Look at that, beautiful Fuwalos. And under that was it's just a regular Platinum Secret of Gren Maju, Kisa Kill, and Shien's Dojo. And here we got Gagaga Magician, Tenki, Amblo Whale, Marksman, and Black Metal Dragon. I mean, I guess if you were just waiting for like, oh, Sky Striker Ace Hayate as the QCR there, really nice. Ooh, Onomatopoeia as a Collector's Rare. And Slifer the Sky Dragon! Pearly Noir. I guess if you were just after Fuwalos and Engraver reprints and stuff like that, then obviously this is a great set. But yeah, I feel like in terms of like consistency throughout the set, this one is not amazing. It's the same thing with Rarity Collection 2, you know, apart from the fact that they tried to jack the price up with Rarity Collection 2. But, you know, it's like the stuff in it was good reprints if you needed the stuff, but doesn't mean it was necessarily as fun to open as other things, you know. We've got Lila, we've got Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, Drytron Nova, Caesar Valius, and Terraforming. Come on, Skull Servant, where are you? Where are you, you handsome little boy? I mean, for my money, they could have just put them all in. They could have put King of the Skull Servants in. You know, Nostalgia Pool, am I right, guys? We've got Magician of Prophecy, Pantera, Ether, and Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. We've got Heat of the Fire Charmer Braze, Astral Karibo, Shien's Dojo Collector Rare. We've got Soul Eating Oviraptor as a QCR and a Cross Crusader on the end there. Really cool. Next up, what have we got? We have got Alistair the Invoker. We've got Madolce Pudding Cess, 7th Ascension, Amblo Whale, Lunalight Leo Dancer. So we can just fly through the packs if there's nothing interesting in them, I guess. Guiding Quem as a super. Ooh, it's not really nice seeing her like that. Abyss Gaios. Left Arm Offering Ultimate Rare. Of course, everyone was after that. Draco Face Off and Chamber Dragon Maid. I play a Marek character deck, and even I don't think we needed to Rarity bump Left Arm Offering. I do think it's the kind of thing that could be abused by something one day, but, you know. Giant Hand. Ooh, Arcana's Dark Magician. Very nice. Gagaga Cowboy. Crystal Clear. Synchro Dragon. Abyss Lind. We got Destructive Dharma Karma Cannon, Ice Hand, Shien's Dojo, Erebus, the Underworld Monarch, and Fiendsmith's Desiree. Is that a playset of each Monarch in Ultra? We got Caesar Valius, we got Eye of Timaeus, Esper Girl, Gagaga Cowboy, and Atlantean Heavy Infantry. We got Metaltronus. We got another QCR Dr. Madlove. Wow, okay. I mean, oh! And an ultimate rare Fualos. It was collectors we got before, wasn't it? We didn't get an ultimate of this already. And a QCR Nightbeam. Wow. Okay. Alright. That's an insane pack. 2 QCRs and an ultimate rare Fualos in one pack. Wow. Let's take a look at that. Insane. And that might be a better duplicate QCR than the ones I tend to usually get, which will be like Small World or something. You know, there's a fair chance someone might want a few copies of a QCR Dr. Madlove if they're playing Vanquish Soul. Okay, we got Traptrix Serra, Azure Eyes Silver Dragon, Zodiac Barrage, Miscellaneousaurus, and Kiss a Kill La Kill, and La. I'm sure that was pronounced correctly. Downswing of the box now, we got a super rare Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, which is still very cool. We got Wind Up Shark, also the Earth Charm removable, Traptrix Serra, Apprentice Illusion Magician. We've got A Hero Lives, Zodiac Barrage QCR again, Lena, the Light Chat, however you want to pronounce it, Ultimate Rare, Diamond Dire Wolf, and Lunalight Tiger. Really cool. Really, really cool. We've got El Shadol Winder, Geargargant X, Mementotlan Angwitch. I think that's 2 secrets at least. Rollback and a Guiding Quem. I think we also have 2 matching ultra rare Guiding Quem there as well, so that's cool. We've got Splash Mage, Phantom Knight's Fogblade, Cross Crusader, Astral Karibo, and Onomatopoeia. And the last pack, the last chance for romance. What can we see out of this boy? A Pearly Noir, Left Arm Offering, Transaction Rollback, Collector's Rare, Karma Cut. Which of these is a nostalgia card? And Gagaga Magician. Lovely, lovely, very exciting card to end on. Okay, so we're going to sleeve up this Transaction Rollback. And I'm not going to recap the whole lot to you guys because, I mean, it's just ridiculous, isn't it? We got the Platinum Secret Ash Blossom and Dark Magician. We got 1 Super Engraver, 2 Ultra Engravers, 2 Ultra Fualos, 1 Super Fualos, 1 Ultra Ash, 1 Super Star Slayer Typhon Sky Crisis, and we got a Collector's Rare Fualos and some other stuff, 2 Collector's Rare Transaction Rollback. That's impressive. And an ultimate rares of Fualos, Transaction Rollback, Ash. Yeah. Guiding Quem, that one's pretty cool as well. And then for QCRs, we have 2 Vanquish Soul Dr. Madlove, Zodiac Barrage, times 2? Yeah, times 2. Nightbeam, Soul Eating Overraptor, Hayate, Darkness Metal Dragon, Dolka, Winged Dragon of Ra, Magical Meltdown, a Dark Magician, Galaxy Soldier, Evil Swarm Orpheon, Halfway to Forever, Meteorus Drytron, Supreme King Zark, and Token Stampede. Yeah, I don't think this is a super interesting set, and I think the entire hype of this video would have been me getting literally any Skull Servant out of it, but never mind. As I say, I think this set's alright for the reprints of like Fualos and Engraver and stuff like that, even though I feel like they're a little bit too early. But it does feel like they've just run out of stuff to put in a Rarity collection set now. But I digress. You know, there's interesting stuff in it. There's not interesting stuff in it. I feel like, yeah, I feel like Bonanza's got this beat. I feel like this is probably the worst of the four, quite frankly. Bonanza's probably got this beat from like comparing the two together. Rarity Collection 2 probably also had more good stuff in it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it's all right. So that is everything for this video. If you did enjoy it, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the DSW Tabletop playlist in the end screen. And if you'd like to watch a video where I open a Rarity Collection set and I complain a little bit more, you can check those out in the DSW Tabletop playlist in the end screen. I'll also have the Quarter Century Bonanza video in the end screen where you can do the opposite of this, basically. You can hear me going not particularly optimistic and kind of get caught up along the way. For now, I really do appreciate you guys joining me, so thank you all for watching, and goodbye. You know, actually, the amount of hits we have here compared to the other boxes is crazy. But you got to think as well, if everybody's getting this, then these cards are going to be worth less, especially your QCR token stampedes.